Hello, our listeners. Welcome back to the Rambling RunOff, a sports podcast where we ramble all day and run on forever. I am your host, Robert Rios, as always. And once again, with me digitally, Mr. Danny Tan. Danny Tan, say what's up.
What's up? Why'd Robert call you guys our listeners? What's up, y'all? How's your week been, bro? You muted yourself, my man.
How did I do that? That was weird. I wasn't even on that. But I was saying that I just celebrated my birthday. I'm 24 now. So whoop whoop, I guess is what they say.
Feliz cumpleaños.
Thank you, sir. But went to Scary Farm on Saturday. Then by luck, I was able to go to Disneyland on Sunday. So haha, suckers.
we calling a sucker?
I don't know. I'm just saying.
SoCal residents?
I guess so. But who gets to say you get to go to Scary Farm and then Disneyland the next day?
Damn, I mean, it's your birthday weekend, man.
No, yeah. I mean, hey, we got to hang out too. We got to hang out the day after my birthday on the Saturday. We went golfing. Well, we went golfing again for a bit. We went to the driving range.
Saturday or was that Sunday morning?
That was Saturday
morning.
Yeah.
Right.
And then later that afternoon, I went to Scary Farm. I got scared a little bit. Yeah, the lines were long, but they weren't that bad. And then Sunday, yeah, I went to Disneyland. We went around like 2-ish. We were there until about 10 or 11. Had a good time. Went on a couple of rides. Ate some food.
Were you able to hit a lot of?
No, not really. No, not really. We're just kind of there to kick it, mostly.
Nice. Yeah. Did you get some drinky drinks, some alcohols?
We did actually. Me and my girlfriend, we got a margarita.
Oh, was it a margarita and the wasp or something, or no?
Oh, I don't know. I don't remember. It was just a margarita.
Oh,
it was good though. It was pretty strong. It had an extra shot in it.
Oh, my boy, birthday weekend, sneaking an extra shot into his drink at Disneyland. Damn.
I mean, technically that was at California Adventures, but yeah, I mean, it was a good time. But yeah, we went to both parks, so.
Oh, nice.
It was cool. But how was your week, sir?
It's been a busy week. Yeah, like I said last week, I'm winding down on the end of this project, so things getting down to the wire. So we're trying to squeeze everything into this last couple of weeks. So I unfortunately had to work Saturday morning, but followed up by playing golf with Robert and another friend of ours. Shout out, you know who you are. But yeah, that was fun. It looks like I'll probably have to work another weekend, but oh well, that's just how the job goes.
Damn, bro, they got you working out there.
Damn, I know. Now I wish I was hourly.
Oh. But yes, sounds all good, man. But anything else you want to start the rambling? We got a little bit of a different show today for you guys. So what you got, Dan? Anything different or now? We can move on.
Nothing else. If you guys can, we reminded you guys the end of last episode, but if possible, please, if you enjoy the show, leave a like, subscribe on YouTube, and leave a review on iTunes and Apple Podcasts. If you have the time, it helps us a lot.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I feel like we've gotten a lot of good views, so keep it up, everybody. But yeah, on our show today, we're going to be talking some UEFA Champions League, NBA Media Days, and we're going to be doing something a little bit different today. We're going to be doing some boxing. So, yeah, I think we're going to start with that right now. Right, Danny?
Yes, sir. And who are we looking at, Robert?
We are going to be, well, I guess this is the way we're going to go. I guess we're going into it. We're going to be commentating and analyzing the heavyweight title match between Anthony Joshua and Oleksandr Usyk, which happened this past weekend also.
Yes,
So,
the
Danny, can you explain some of that, please? Sorry about that. Sorry for interrupting you.
no, this was the matchup of matchups. I think it's a contender for fight of the year. We'll see how the Canelo fight comes and goes against Plant, but yeah, this was, I think, the heavyweight fight that a lot of people were looking for, other than another like Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua fight. Yeah, before this fight, Anthony Joshua was 24-1. His only loss to the Tito of the boxing world, Andy Ruiz. He had 22 knockouts, and opposite of him, Oleksandr Usyk was undefeated, 18-0 with 13 knockouts. Yeah, were you going to say something, Robert, about the Tito Andy Ruiz?
No, I was gonna say don't spoil the ending yet. Cause we still gotta explain how this format's gonna work, sir.
Yeah, spoilers. But as a side note, Andy Ruiz, if you guys haven't seen his glow up after his defeat against Anthony Joshua in the rematch, check it out. He's a buff man now. He put down the pizza, put down the fried chicken.
Stupid.
He ate pre-fight. Yeah, that's what happened.
So you mean you could just say he got slim a little bit. He got toned.
No, he got buffed. He got ripped.
Oh, okay. I get. Well, I mean, I saw Anthony Joshua. He's a heavyweight, but he looked pretty slimming, looked toned. So
yeah, Anthony Joshua has always looked like a sculpted Adonis, but the upset against Andy Ruiz really put into perspective. Heavyweights come in all different shapes and sizes. Even though Andy Ruiz is on the portly side, his hand speeds are unmatched. You saw the difference when he went up against Anthony Joshua. But yeah, I mean, let's stop talking about that. We're here for Usyk and Joshua.
So yeah.
So
wait, you go, because this was your idea. No.
Oh, well, thank you. So that's one of the switch ups. We're starting off with my topic this week, and we're going to do something a little different. So we'll intro the fight a little bit more, and then Robert and I are going to watch the highlights together and commentate as it plays. So we'll give a little bit of a round by round, play by play commentators.
Yeah, we're commentating / analyzing / asking questions / saying stupid stuff about the fight.
Yeah, as we watch the highlights, and we'll see how it turns out. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, you guys will probably let us know. It'll be our first comment as a negative comment, but we'll see.
I mean, we could just reorganize. This is the first time we're doing this live for some reason. I don't know why, but fuck it.
That's how we go. We roll with the punches, man.
An old man once said, "Fuck it, we'll do it live." We'll do it live.
So here's the tale of the tape. Anthony Joshua, age 31, comes in with 25 fights under his belt. Like I said before, 24-1. 22 knockouts. He weighed in at a lean 240 pounds. And on the opposite side, we have Oleksandr Usyk, age 34, 18-0, 13 knockouts, weighing in at a very light 22-1. 221 pounds. Jesus. Yeah,
they have him 220. Well, on the graphic, they had it 221 pounds and 1/4.
Yeah, they have him at a quarter. We have the Orthodox Anthony Joshua versus the Southpaw Oleksandr Usyk, Bear, also known as the Cat.
And Anthony Joshua fighting out of Britain and Usyk coming out of Ukraine. So yeah, are you ready to go,
along with his brother Lomachenko?
Oh, he has a brother. Oh, okay, cool.
No, it's not his brother, but countryman.
Oh, gosh, it's his countryman. All right.
Yeah. So this title fight was for the WBO, WBA, IBO, and IBF heavyweight titles. This is fought in Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in London.
Tottenham Hotspur.
Tottenham Hotspur.
Tottenham Hotspur.
That's what I said.
Whatever.
Tottenham.
Yes, close enough. But yeah,
Tottenham. Is that not the proper name?
Tottenham. It better
Tottenham.
be because I watch a lot of Premier League. So.
Oh, excuse me. Excuse my English.
You have to excuse your UK English, United Kingdom English.
Pardon me, throw a scone over my shoulder.
Oh my goodness. Are you ready to begin these analyzing? We don't want to give out too much detail. We want to do the details within the match.
Yes, sir. I'm ready.
All right, for sure. So I guess
let's count it down.
On go.
2, 1, go. Yeah,
so yeah, we got
Joshua versus Usyk, sponsored by AutoZone. Off of the zone.
We're not sponsored by AutoZone, by the way.
Not sponsored. Definitely not sponsored.
And yeah, I mean, Danny, how'd you hear about this fight? I mean, I'm not boxing guy, so you have to kind of explain to me.
I mean, Anthony Joshua has been pretty hyped up after his Andy Ruiz loss and fight and win in the rematch. And Oleksandr Usyk has just been a big guy in the heavyweight scene. But we're starting off early right now in round 1.
Yeah, round 1 right
Usyk
here.
In the red corner and Anthony Joshua, in the blue corner.
We will also be referring to him as AJ.
Yes, AJ and Usyk.
And I mean, I looked up notes. I mean, people were saying that Usyk is too small of a guy to be a heavyweight. But
yeah,
I mean, he looks like he fits the billing. He's just a little short. It's just that AJ towers over him just a little bit.
And, surprisingly, the reach is huge. You wouldn't be able to tell from the beginning of this fight. Anthony Joshua comes out with a pretty weak jab, but Usyk is able to really establish himself in the center of the ring. Usyk had a reach of 78 inches versus AJ's 82 inches.
I mean, what it looks like to me is just they're just kind of feeling each other because they're kind of throwing some weak jabs, honestly. I mean, you see Usyk, he's going with his right. He's a southpaw, like I mentioned earlier. So, I mean, I'll tell you this, he does use his left a lot for a lot of his power punching. But yeah, I mean, there's nothing much in this first round, to be honest.
Yeah. I think what's here is what's lacking. Anthony Joshua was a reach advantage, is not using his reach. He's not putting out a strong jab. He's not establishing the distance. He's letting Usyk pace the fight so far.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in the beginning of the third, Usyk comes out with a good 1-2, catches Joshua with his left, with a straight left. And I think that's going to be, if you've already seen this fight, that's a theme of this fight.
No, yeah.
Usyk finding a straight left or an overhand left, really finding Joshua both in the body and on the head.
No, I mean, yeah, a hard left and then 2 right jabs, it already threw him off. It was the beginning of the fight.
Yeah, and I think it's just so surprising because Usyk really had to step into this weight. He had to gain a lot. He put a lot of pounds on, and that's why he looks like a small heavyweight. But he really stands and sits himself in the center of the ring, which is so surprising when Joshua towers over him. Yeah, Usyk just lands a thundering left to Joshua's body.
Mm-hmm. I mean, what I also noticed too was that Usyk, he was doing a lot of good shots, but AJ was he was taking them. He was taking those easy shots in the beginning. But I mean, Usyk had some great stuff so far. So I mean, he had really good footwork in those first rounds up until he got tired. Because at some point, you can move all you want. You had him confused. So yeah, I mean, he had him on the ropes at some point,
Yeah, from beginning of this fight, I think Anthony Joshua's strategy is pretty confusing. We don't know what he's doing. He's standing. He's not letting his hands go. He's not setting up shots. He's really throwing out jabs. I don't know. He's throwing half feints. He's doing quick 1-2 combos, but they're not really connecting.
Yeah.
But near the end of the third round, Usyk lands. He finds success with a straight left.
Yeah, another clean left.
To find success. Yeah, throwing at the head of Joshua at AJ. He finishes the round with a lot of energy, and I think he really throws Joshua off his game.
I mean, yeah, he had to hug him right there at the end. I mean, I don't think AJ was ready for all that movement. And yeah, he definitely didn't see that left coming. I was like, bro.
Yeah, I think Usyk took some of Joshua's legs away at the end of that third round with that left connected straight to his chin.
Yeah. He like looked dizzy for a second. Yeah, I mean, if he didn't hug him, he might have been in trouble. So we're going to round 5 now.
Yeah, I think Usyk really finds his strategy here. He, as a southpaw, he's finding success with old school tactics with the 1-2, setting up with a couple of feints, good footwork. He's setting up with jabs, and he's trying to find where he's found success already up to this 5th round with straight lefts and lefts to the body.
Yeah, I mean, for AJ, he, coming into this round, he started throwing hands at the body. So, I mean, that's what I thought it was the only good thing he had going for him, because at some point, this 5th round, it does slow down. And but I think only because 1, Usyk got tired, and 2, AJ kind of understood the fight. And yeah, I mean, for me, it was, well, I don't know. I'm still a little bit confused because even he like slows it down for a brief second where he has momentum on his side. But then like AJ backs off again, and like he's looking around like, all right, what am I gonna do now? It's like, dude, just box.
Yeah, I think that's something that the crowd and everybody in the stadium was feeling when Anthony Joshua found success throwing some heavy punches both to the body and to the head, even though they were advancing shots. He didn't follow up with a combination. He threw a 1-2, maybe 3 punches, but he backed off. I think he was afraid of Usyk's hand speed, afraid of the left of Usyk that comes so fast from a blind spot. Yeah, now we're entering round 6. We're about 30 seconds in. Joshua is finding some success with the right cross. He finds the chin of Usyk. But Usyk is undeterred and advances and stands toe-to-toe, square up with Joshua.
I mean, we also got to tell you guys that Usyk already picked up like a knock in his eye. I know it's already swelling up. I think it's his right eye, I believe.
Yeah, underneath his right eye.
Mm-hmm. And I want to say in this round too that AJ started to feel himself more, but I feel like it was already too late in the round. Like you can see he started to do like his shimmy and his shoulders. I'm like, stupid. I'm like, why do you do that now? You should have done that like way before.
Yeah, but I think in round 6, Anthony Joshua finds the most success, and he finds his confidence in round 6. And in the beginning of round 7, you can really see that confidence continuing on. He throws a couple of unprotected uppercuts at Usyk. If this confidence continued, he would have found way more success in the later rounds. But
yeah, because they both started out swinging and grappling, so it's like they already knew it was like crunch time. But I feel like they did that just to mess with them. Like, is that like a strategy to do, like to grapple in the beginning to just throw a guy off as a momentum?
Yeah, I think it's just in the first early rounds, you're really feeling the other fighter out. And the grappling is just, maybe you're surprised by a hit. Maybe you're seeing a strategy that you weren't anticipating, and you're just collecting yourself. It's just a way to give a pause to your body, your mind, and figure out your next steps.
Yeah, there was a lot more movement like in this fight by both guys, but I feel like Joshua started panicking more. Like he hit the panic button because he's like, dude, I gotta do something.
Yeah, I think in round 7, Usyk recognizes that AJ's confidence is building, and AJ goes after the body, but Usyk moves around more. He's much more on his toes this round. He's finding a lot of success with
Usyk didn't back off. He didn't back off at all.
He did not. Yeah, we're moving into round 9 at the end. Yeah. Usyk finds more success with the left.
I would also like to point out the crowd was very into it. And just as a note, ringside seats were going for 10,000 pounds, which if my math is correct, that's $13,000. And right now, as I was speaking, they were grappling for a bit. It looked like Joshua had hold on to him for a second.
Yeah, and Usyk finds more success with the left. Anthony Joshua, while right before the grapple, he tries to rally against Usyk to show him that he can't just give punches and not accept any punishment. But Usyk is undeterred after a flurry from Joshua, but no clean punches landed there.
Where are we in the round 10 now? Is what the video has.
Yeah, about 2 and 15 seconds in, Usyk is finding more success. He's pressuring Joshua, and yeah, AJ he's really looking for, I think, an uppercut or some good body shots, but Usyk is finding a lot of success. Even like glancing blows, you could feel the jabs hit and really hurt Joshua.
No, yeah, and then we also failed to mention that Joshua, he started bleeding from his nose, and now both guys are busted open, basically.
Yeah, and they both got some swelling underneath their right eyes.
Mm-hmm. But
and here we are in the beginning of the 11th round.
Yeah, what else can you tell us about the fight, Danny?
Yeah, it was, I think, just two heavyweights meeting together, and here we are at 2 minutes and 40 seconds in the 11th round, and Usyk finds a lot of success with a quick flurry, finding a couple of hooks and a couple of straights from the right and left, hitting Joshua's head, but he's undeterred and unshaken.
I do have to point out though, I don't know what's happening half the time because this camera is so damn zoomed in. This was on DAZN, by the way. If you like boxing, you go check out DAZN. They have a lot of boxing stuff.
Not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor, but yeah, I was having a hard time like identifying what were hits and not hits. Like it was hard. We're going into the 12th round now. We're at like about the 2 minute mark.
I think when people think of a typical heavyweight fight, they immediately think Tyson. They think of two giant guys squaring up in the middle of the ring, throwing incredible body blows. Yeah, haymakers trying to knock the other person out. That's definitely happening in this fight, but Usyk is trying to find success where he's found it before.
No, yeah,
left hooks.
Yeah,
getting up his overhand left.
You're gonna sound like a broken record by the end of this description, Danny.
Yeah.
I mean, like he was repeating himself so much, but it was the working formula, and that's what like won him this fight because AJ never figured it out. Well, he figured it out like in the middle. He kind of figured it out halfway through the fight, but it was already too late. Like he looked like he didn't do much in this fight.
Yeah, I think AJ's biggest problem was he never let his hands really go. Usyk, so many good flurries. He uses the dominance of his left, his glancing left hooks, his overhand left to threaten and throw some right crosses from that southpaw position, and finds a lot of success feinting in and throwing some straights from both his left and his right. But AJ just did not let his hands go. I think if he did in certain rounds, in round 9, round 6, a couple of the earlier rounds, this would have been a totally different fight.
Yeah, I mean, Usyk straight up bullied him in the 12th round. They were swinging, but at some point, AJ kind of just lit up and Usyk took advantage. And at some point, with about 40 seconds left, they started hugging and Usyk was like, "Get off me, bro." And he just started swinging at him again. So,
yeah. I think Anthony Joshua, he really feels a pressure in the 12th round. He's throwing a lot more. You can see that he's letting his hands go a little bit more. But all of these blows really take the legs out of Joshua, especially at 15-second mark. Usyk throws an incredible flurry. He finds a lot of success. And you can see
on him on
Anthony
the ropes,
Joshua shaking.
Literally on the ropes. Yeah, he was
pushes
shaking.
Him on the ropes. Yep. Anthony Joshua finds his legs a little bit, but it's too late. It's at the end of the round.
No, yeah, dude, and I wrote it down in my notes too because of course I reviewed this bout before we came on here, but I specifically wrote down he started smiling at the bell when it started ringing. It's like, why are you smiling for? Like, you didn't do jack shit in this fight. And although I couldn't see anything from these highlights, they were good at showing like the story of the fight. That's why I appreciate it. Like, I feel like we the video's done, everybody, but we'll tell you the victor in a little bit. But I felt like it did good. They did a good job at telling the story of what happened and what was like the turning point in each fight.
Yes, something notable at the end of the fight before the winner was declared was Anthony Joshua didn't get out of his corner chair until right before the winner was announced.
I thought that was kind of odd too.
Yeah, I think that shows his exhaustion. I think the smile you're talking about, Robert, is just recognition and acknowledgement of,
man, I just got my ass beat.
By a fighter who has shown a little bit better technique. He came in with a much better strategy, adapted better. I think AJ was just unable to catch up to Oleksandr Usyk's footwork, his hand speed, and his relentlessness.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good fight based off these highlights. But I think Usyk If I was there and you asked me who won, I would have told you Usyk. And Danny, would you like to say who was victorious in this fight, or did it
Yes,
end
at
in
the
a
end of the
draw?
round.
Can you
Yeah.
also say the splits or the decisions, please?
Yes, sir. At the end of the round, the judges scored 117 to 112, 116 to 112, and 115 to 113, giving a unanimous win to Oleksandr Usyk, giving him a 19-0 4-title heavyweight championship win.
And what was funnier is like AJ's face went from like surprise to like, I guess. Like, what do you mean, I guess? You got your ass beat.
I think that's the pride of a fighter showing. Right? Anthony Joshua, he must have felt that in those middle rounds, the end rounds, he never gave the fight, even after being hit by 3-4 blows, clean blows during a flurry from Usyk.
He got hit by so many left hands, it's not even funny.
Yeah, left hands, left
he
straights.
Literally got smacked around.
Yeah. And Usyk really, I think he tore a couple of pages off of Lomachenko's playbook by hitting and throwing these straights from these odd angles that I think Anthony Joshua was not prepared for from this.
That is true. Maybe that's why the camera was also weird, because they couldn't keep up with his weird punching angles.
Yeah, it's like almost squared off, but they're taking a couple of steps left and right, circling the center of the ring, and Usyk throws a straight left, quick as can be, and finds the face of Joshua.
But I mean, yeah, overall it was a good match. I mean, what is next for this Ukrainian man? Like, I mean, I had never heard of him. I mean, yeah, if you wouldn't have brought up the Diaz fight, I wouldn't have remembered Joshua either.
Anthony Joshua.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's on to the next heavyweight, potentially Tyson Fury.
Oh no, I've heard of him, and last time I checked, he's really good. So, good luck, buddy. But would you like to see that fight, Danny?
Yeah. Just as another note, Tyson Fury was quote unquote wounded, and he lamented the fact that Anthony Joshua lost to Usyk. I think his rival Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder, I think they felt that Usyk was, the challenger's challenger. He was definitely the underdog in this fight, coming in 20 pounds underneath Joshua. The upset was, upsetting to the rival. But I think if Usyk is really going to cement himself into this heavyweight division, he needs to find someone like Deontay Wilder or Tyson Fury, a large heavyweight that is already very established, to prove that 18-0 isn't just him moving from division to division and finding success with just a strategy. I think at the end of this fight, Usyk proved that he could be pound for pound one of the best fighters, moving across multiple divisions, and right now holding 4 titles in the heavyweight division.
Oh yeah, even we watched it with the commentators, and they were even saying that at the end when they were putting the belts on him, like, dude, no offense to Canelo, but he's probably the best fighter right now. Like, bruh.
Yeah, I think if Canelo is able to show a commanding, devastating win over Plant this upcoming fight, he will cement himself as the best pound for pound fighter in boxing right now. And Usyk is another contender, but Canelo, I think, needs a knockout to really change the story and cement himself as, one of the greatest fighters. Well, he's already one of the greatest fighters to have lived, but to really further his legend and his story, I think he needs a lockout against Plant. And it looks like he's searching for it after the press conference we talked about 2 episodes ago.
Yeah. But in regards to this fight also, can you give us some more detail on the fight? Like how many punches were thrown? I know Usyk threw a lot of punches. Can you give us those numbers if you have them by any chance, please?
Yes. Total punches thrown, it looks like Give me 1 second.
Well, I know you.
Anthony Joshua threw a total of.
What you got?
Oh, I've lost myself.
I can see that you put somewhere in our. We have notes, everybody. By the way, we can see that you put
Sorry.
Usyk outlanded Joshua by 148 to 123. Here, yeah, I was looking for it too, and 96 of those were power punches, right? See, is that what you have here?
Yeah.
Correct?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Both.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say what you have right here. You had they both landed the same amount of jabs, 52, but Usyk had 16.8% success rate, while Joshua only had 12.2. I mean, those are low numbers, but hey, what works, right?
Yeah. And this was, I think, a very unique heavyweight match as well, because the fighters on both sides threw so many punches. Usyk, of course, finding more success. But I think it felt like a welterweight fight almost, with the amount of punches that they were throwing and the speed and the pace that they were going at. But yeah, Usyk found more success. Some other stats I got here. Here we go. Total jabs landed 52. Power punches landed. Joshua was scored to land 71 of 214 power punches, while Usyk landed 96 of 220. So a discrepancy of about 10%, with Usyk finding 10% more success. Power punches landed to the body. But yeah,
hey, man, you're not gonna win a fight by hugging, unless it goes to split. Dude, he probably should have just done that. If he had no plan, just hug it out and hope for the split. Because then what are they gonna vote on? Nothing. There was no fight.
I think that was the pride of Anthony Joshua as a heavyweight fighter. He didn't want to grapple. He only did when necessary, and he really didn't throw any dirty punches in between the grappling. I think it was a very clean fight. Oh man, he just got bested by a better fighter at the moment.
That's very true. I mean, will there be a rematch? Do you think he'll want a rematch for all those belts that he probably feels were stolen from him? Nah, just kidding. He lost those.
Yeah.
He lost those for sure.
Of course, there's going to be rematch talk out there. I don't know if Usyk wants to accept it. I think it'd be an incredible paying fight. It'd be one for the books, I think. But we just have to see if Usyk is gonna accept that fight, and if Joshua is willing to go there. He might wait for Usyk to face another opponent and potentially lose those belts and take on the next champion. But yeah, this was a great fight. A great lead up to the Canelo fight next month.
Yeah,
Sorry, 2 months from now, right?
It's in November.
Yes.
Well, yeah, basically in the month of this recording. Yeah. It sounds like your dogs, if you can hear everybody, they want this second fight.
Yes.
So like, we want the second fight, bro. But yeah,
talking about
more boxing,
barkings and rumors. We had something that was rumored in the boxing world that is now confirmed. It's game over. The Pac-Man, Manny Pacquiao, retires from the world of boxing and hangs up his gloves.
Surprisingly, on like a random, well, for me in the random night, for us in the random nighttime, but for him it was probably like 3 p.m. in the afternoon, probably in the Philippines. But yeah, Manny Pacquiao calling it quits at the end of it all, saying goodbye boxing. What do you think about that, Danny?
I mean, we'll see if it sticks this time. But yeah, Manny Pacquiao retires from the world of boxing, and I think it's a good move for him. He's an older fighter. I think he felt the potential injury and the danger of continuing such a dangerous sport.
I mean, I think he's going to continue, well, just to clarify, he's going to continue boxing, but he's retiring from professional boxing.
Yes, yeah. He's still slated to do the charity boxing match, but and I think he's still going to be coaching. He still has his camp.
Yeah.
But yeah, these professional bouts, I think it just takes so much out of you.
Mm-hmm.
You got to train for 6 months to a year for one person. You have the potential for injuries in training camp and during the fight. it's a lot for, a potential president of the Philippines.
Mm-hmm. And can I read you his statement that he put on social media, which was, I believe, first released on Facebook? To the greatest fans and the greatest sport in the world, thank you. Pacquiao's statement read. I'm reading off an article, by the way. Thank you for all the wonderful memories. This is the hardest decision I've ever made, but I'm at peace with it. Chase your dreams, work hard, and watch what happens. Goodbye, boxing. End quote. But yeah, there you go. From the man himself this time. No more rumors. He is done with professional boxing. Where his life may take him, nobody knows. Except for him, because he wants to run for the Philippines presidency. But yeah, that's some our box. Do you have anything else to say in regards to that, or more boxing news that we don't have up here?
Not much now. It's a great fight, and I look forward to the next big fight, Canelo.
Hey, we gotta go watch that fight somewhere.
Yeah, we gotta go.
Or we could do what we just did similarly, which we could comment on this too, by the way. I think it went good. How do you think it went?
I think it went pretty well. We'll see how
if it sticks.
People like this format, but
I do have some ideas, which I'll tell you after our recording. But yeah, I think it's a good idea. Hopefully, you guys all liked it too. But yeah, you ready to move on?
Yes, sir.
All right, next up, we got some UEFA Champions League. Came back, returned this past Tuesday and Wednesday. And Danny, you missed out on the Golazo show once again. Came in clutch. Got to see every goal from every game in almost live fashion.
I'm sorry. I missed it.
But yeah, on the Tuesday slate of games, dude, we had some good games. The first notable one I like to point out was PSG versus Man City, a rematch from last year's semifinal. Do you want to know who scored the second goal for PSG? Danny, can you guess? It's his first goal.
Was it Messi?
Yes, it was Mr. Lionel Messi scoring on a great transitional team goal, I might add. Mbappe carrying the ball, lays off to Messi just outside the penalty area. Boom! Puts it in the roof of the net. And the stadium went wild. And I would also like to point out, this was a pretty darn good win considering they're playing Man City, who had a lot of good chances but just couldn't get the ball in the back of the net. And the second game, I like to point out that, this one was a blowout, but it was still a good game. So you had Liverpool facing off with poor Porto. They didn't deserve that. A 5-0 thrashing. Like, dude, that's ridiculous. Like, that's just unfair. 5-1. What the heck? Is there some tampering here? 5-1. I guess I wrote down 5-0 and I was excited. So yeah, the scoring started.
Yellow card.
I know, yellow card on me or red card on you. But Mohamed Salah opened up the scoring in the 18th minute. After that, we had to go from Sadio Mane, 45th minute. And then behind him, Roberto Firmino in the 77th. No, excuse me. Mo Salah got to second in the 60th. Then it was Roberto Firmino in the 77th and the 81st minute. I believe this is the first time Mohamed Salah, Sadio Mane, and Roberto Firmino all score in the same game. And they've been playing with each other for the past couple of years now. And if you're curious, that one Porto goal came in the 74th minute. So it was scored by Mendy Taremi. So there you go. That was the blowout with Liverpool and Porto. And the third game, Danny, we brought them up last time. That team, that random ass team from a country.
Sheriffs, baby.
I don't even think they're even a recognized country yet. Sheriff.
Right.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
Sheriff went into the house of Real Madrid at the estadio where the Blancos hang out. and they pulled off the upset of the year, 2-1 versus Real Madrid. Danny, how can this no-name team defeat Real Madrid at the Bernabeu? The Bernabeu. I know you don't watch a lot of soccer, but the Bernabeu is where Real Madrid plays. That's a very famous stadium, and they shut them up. The Sheriff took the lead first. Then
FC Sheriff, baby.
FC Sheriff, thank you. FC Sheriff took the lead first, and then after that, Real Madrid were able to tie it up. I believe going into the first half. But yeah, and indeed, I was like about to scream because they scored that winner basically at the death. Like, dude, you don't just go and
in
play
the 90th minute, right?
The 90th, 89th minute, yeah. And excuse me, I was wrong. Karim Benzema scored in the 65th minute off a penalty, and that's what tied up the match. But yeah, I wish I could say these players' names, but I don't want to offend anybody here.
Yeah. No offense to the country of Moldova.
Yeah, there you go.
And I believe the city is called Trispol.
Yeah.
Tiraspol.
Yeah, there you go. I know how to say that because he kept saying it on the broadcast. But yeah, good win on them. Upset of the week, upset of the year, I think. This team that no one really knows about is beating I would say a decent Real Madrid team. Like Real Madrid, ever since Ronaldo left, has kind of gone downhill a bit. But hey, when you go up against a no-name team around the world, it's no joke. So good on them for defeating Real Madrid.
Yeah. The second time around, I believe, right?
Oh, no. This is the second win. No.
Sorry.
Yeah,
the second win in this round of Champions.
Yes.
Champions League, right?
And they have 6 points atop of their table, of their group now. That's more shocking, actually, when I say it out loud. But yeah, good on them. On the Wednesday slate of games that I watched on the Golazo show, bro, another game-winning thriller, Danny.
Oh,
Manchester United versus Villarreal. This game was tied up literally into like the 90th minute. And I would just like to, before I get to that, there was a banger by Alex Telles. I believe that's the way you say his name.
Banger.
A banger, yes. Hit it off his right foot off a corner kick, and he smashed into the back of the net. It was that the Alex Telles goal was just amazing. It was hit it off of like outside of his foot, went straight in, looked like a volley almost. But yeah. Also just to point out, the Villarreal goal came from Paco Alcázar. I think that's how you say it. In the 53rd minute.
Alcatraz?
No, not Alcatraz. Chill. And yes, into the 90th minute, 90 plus 5th minute of play.
Another down to the wire play.
Manu in transition, cross the ball in, comes to Ronaldo, passes it to his teammate into the center, who then lays it off right in front of him, in front of goal, and sidesnets it to the other side of the goal. And dude, the whole stadium just exploded so much that when Ronaldo took his jersey off, dude, there's a picture out there. You guys need to look it up. There's a picture out there on the internet of his jersey like 20 feet in the air. Like that's how high he threw it. And he wears long sleeves too, by the way. So he launched that shit up into the stratosphere. But yeah, Cristiano Ronaldo scoring bangers, game winners for Man U, which I feel like that was probably the game of the day. So good on them.
Yeah. It seems like this week in UEFA Championship, these big, heavy hitter players who draw all the money are already doing the job finally in their new teams.
True. I like that analyst, Danny. Thank you. Like in the day before, they had Firmino, Mo Salah, and Mane all scored together. So yeah. And the next game, which was also a blowout, but not by Liverpool this time, you had Bayern Munich versus Dynamo Kiev, a club out of Russia. Yes, I kind of know who these guys are. They just destroyed them. 5-0. That's probably why I wrote 5-0 on the other one. 5-0. You had
The copy paste got you, bro.
I didn't copy paste, buddy. I don't know why. I wrote 5-1. I don't know why. But I wrote 5-0. I don't know why on the other one. But yeah, you had a pair of goals by Robert Lewandowski in the 12th minute. He scored a penalty and he scored in the 27th. Serge Nargby, I believe that's how you say it, 68th minute. Leroy Sané in the 74th. And Eric Maxim Choupo-Moting in the 87th minute to close it out for Bayern Munich. I mean, in American terms, this was a blowout, unfortunately, for Dynamo Kiev, who, by the way, if this is the same Dynamo Kiev that I'm thinking of, they're like Ukrainian or Russian historical club that literally had a fight to the death during World War II as the German Nazis took over their land and basically told them they couldn't play soccer no more. And so the soldiers from Germany decided, hey, we'll play you a game. And you want to know what happened, Danny?
They won.
Yeah, they got their asses kicked. That Dynamo Kiev team did not mess around. But yeah.
That's right.
Damn
you Germans.
If you can find that video, there is a small ESPN, I believe, E60 clip about that story. I would go check it out. It's really interesting. You know, these guys literally, unfortunately, some of them did lose their lives wearing the only shirt they owned on their back, which was the soccer jersey, at the death, literally. Yeah, it's an amazing story. I know there's a statue out there that commemorates those men. So if you have a time, go look it up. It's by ESPN. I believe it's an E60 short. It's a small little short clip film. I don't know what you want to call it, but yeah, I would go check it out. It's very interesting. But yeah, that's the only reason why I know about them. But yeah,
this Ukrainian team. Speaking of Ukrainians, one win for Usyk, one loss for Dynamo. But thank you for the background, Robert. I think I'm gonna go check that out. That sounds crazy.
No, sorry, I don't know why my poor I just thought of it on the spot right now, honestly, as we're recording. I just remember seeing it a couple maybe even middle school. It's been a couple years, so yeah, it's an old video, but go see if you can find it. Keyboard Warriors, go and look. You can do it. And the last game I would like to point out from this past couple games, Juventus versus Chelsea. No one knew what Chelsea's lineup was going to be because Pulisic is still out. But it was more on the side of Juventus, who, without Dybala, pulled out a 1-0 victory. All right, Dan, you're not shocked?
I'm not too familiar with this game, so
I know. I just want to awkwardly put you on the spot, but yeah,
that really got me, huh, bro?
Got you slipping, buddy. But yeah, Juventus was victorious 1-0 against Chelsea. The lone goal was scored in the 46th minute by Federico Chiesa, and yeah, I mean, you got I was listening to the commentaries. You got people that are not usually playing midfield and striker and forward, scoring goals for you because your main guys are out, and it doesn't help you that Ronaldo bounced. No, yeah, I was tripping for a second. Yeah, Ronaldo bounced, and I mean they've always had Dybala. I mean, I don't know. I mean, he's usually in and out of the lineup. He's usually hurt. He's not hurt. I don't know. But yeah, Juventus still rolling. Chelsea, I don't know. They need to get their act together. They're always changing their lineup. Thomas Tuchel needs to get his act together too. If not, this team is going to flounder, not just in Champions League, but also in the Premier League. And I mean, Lukaku had chances at goal, but they just weren't finding the back of the net that day, unfortunately.
Man.
Whew. How many minutes was that? Because I'm running out of breath.
That was a great, quick wrap-up of UEFA Champions League. I think this is round 3?
This was the second round of games.
Second round. Yeah, thank you for that. The wrap-up of round 2 UEFA Champions League, friend.
But yeah, you ready to go up to the warm up now? You're though I'm tired.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. You
you
gotta
like?
shake it off, man. We're warming back up.
Whoa! Come on. All right, you want to introduce us one while I catch my breath?
Yes. We're gonna go ahead and talk about NBA Media
This is a
Days.
warm up, buddy.
Yeah. The warm up NBA Media Days. I guess the warm up for NBA preseason. And for the league to start back up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we're gonna talk, some of the rumors, chatterings, whisperings around
Some of the
league.
headlines that happened over this past couple week and a half, 2 weeks.
Yep.
So most of the teams, they all have their media days. This is where they take all the photos. You have media coming around, and yeah, I mean, I like to read off some of these headlines and get your opinions about them. Danny, is that cool?
Yes, sir.
So, Ben Simmons, he's been out for a while. I know we failed to mention his name about a week or two ago. He's holding out, and apparently that trade request was confirmed, but the team still wants him back. This it seems weird because I believe on this past week they're like, oh yeah, we want him back. He's part of the team. Even Embiid was like, yeah, like he's cool. Like we need him here. And then it's like, oh, okay, cool. Like they're not like they're not gonna be jerks to him,
Yeah.
But just to finish off, they did another interview with Joel Embiid, and calling the Ben Simmons situation borderline disrespectful to the team. It's like, bruh, like, what do you think of this? Like the team, they want him, but they're like kind of pissed at him. What do you think about that?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like it's pretty warranted because, the 76ers is a team that really built heavy around Joel Embiid, but they kind of relied on Ben Simmons to be that feeder, the guy on the outside. Yeah, I mean, if I was Joel Embiid, I'd feel pretty disrespected as a man, like as a star player of the team. Ben Simmons arguably doesn't do much for the 76ers, but we have to remember that the 76ers gave up Jimmy Butler, I think last season, with Ben Simmons in mind. So they gave up amazing player.
I was gonna say like they need Ben Simmons. What are you talking about, buddy?
I mean, they need him. They don't. I don't think that he's contributing as well as he could be. And it seems like he feels the same way. I feel like he might be feeling that his contributions could be much more in a team that's not centered around, and would be a big guy that doesn't play as a big guy.
No, I mean, even Embiid even like commented that the Sixers chose to build around their all NBA big man and the style that doesn't fit to Simmons' playing style. And that, they've always tried to accommodate to him, but I guess like it's not enough. And I just also like to point out that Ben Simmons has 4 years and 147 million left on his max contract. That includes 33 million for the 2021-2022 season. And should the Sixers want to suspend him, Simmons stands to lose $227,000 for each exhibition and regular season game missed up through the 20th game of the season. So that's like what? For games 21 to 82, that figure rises up to $300,000.
Holy crap. Imagine every night you don't show up, you miss a day of work. Not only do you don't get paid for that day, but the paycheck is, somebody's house. That's a house payment.
Yo, that's like our houses.
Yeah, it's insane. But yeah, I think 2 weeks ago, some of the trade rumors were that Ben Simmons was looking to go to the Brooklyn Nets and trading Kyrie Irving, which is a ridiculous rumor, but it existed. But I think now Ben Simmons might be looking for the Portland Trail Blazers. I can't really think of any other team.
A team with no key player that no one cares about.
Maybe the Clippers. I don't know.
Whoa. I mean, we'll get to that in a bit, but remember, they got Kawhi. So, and they got Paul.
That's true.
Bro, I said a team with no key player, like no one cares about. Like the Memphis Grizzlies.
Whoa, we got John Morant. We got a young team over there building up.
Oh, give me a break. But
come on, man.
Anyways, before we get sidetracked, more Joel Embiid news. He said he potentially tweaked his knee, and it might affect his playing style. What do you think about that, Danny?
It's just another injury to another big guy. I think these players are just being a bit overworked, and because they gave it their all in the playoffs, and now that they're trying to ramp up for I think is going to be the biggest season that we've seen for a while. Hopefully it's not riddled with injuries, but I think they're really prepping and pushing themselves in this offseason for a huge season against, a healthy Golden State Warriors, a stacked Lakers, a stacked Brooklyn Nets. If they're not ready for it, then they're just going to flop.
And so just to specify, he suffered a right meniscus tear during the postseason last year. And yeah, the tweak isn't the tweak that you're thinking of. The tweak is that I think he wants to do more 3-point attempts. So,
what the hell?
Yes. Here, I'll read you the quote. This year, I'm thinking about shooting more threes because that's what is going to help the team. Last year, I thought it helped us because we didn't shoot a lot of threes. People might have different views in that, but I think it goes a long way. So that's something I'm going to do.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm laughing because of your reaction.
He's not a shooter. I mean, inside and outside the paint, amazing. Joel Embiid is able to put up some threes here and there, but I think they found the most success when they utilize him as a big man, the same as Giannis Antetokounmpo. I think if he played a similar game, he might be finding more success with the 76ers, but I mean, we'll see. If he tweaks his game, hopefully this knee is not bothering him, and he only does it for a few plays and it benefits the Sixers, but I don't think that this is what the Sixers are looking for.
Oh, well, moving on in our list, another guy that apparently hurt himself. The Pelicans staff revealed that Zion Williamson had foot surgery over the offseason. What do you think about that, Danny?
Oh man, it's like injury, but he had it in the offseason. I don't think we have a return or recovery date, but hopefully,
I don't think at the moment.
No, but hopefully all these players, get all your injuries out now, get all your surgeries done now, so that by the time we hit regular season, if not the end of regular season, we're able to really see a great, healthy league and an entertaining NBA league this year.
Yeah, I could tell you the team is optimistic that he'll be good and he'll be ready to start for the regular season. I will tell you this was the bomb that was basically dropped on Monday by the Pelicans vice president, David Griffin, who in this quote I read, Zion is returning from a foot surgery suffered at the beginning of summer. Well, the beginning of summer isn't exactly accurate, but earlier in the offseason prior to Summer League, Griffin said he had a fractured right foot that was repaired surgically. His timeline should get him on the court in time for the regular season. So yeah, I mean, there's your timetable. The timetable is when he starts playing.
Yeah. But yeah, hopefully, I'm really looking forward to this year in the NBA. These super teams have assembled, and I want to see them pay off, but I also want to see them get crushed. It's an exciting time in the league to see these giant teams either do really well or really get smashed and show that you don't need you don't need to max out your budget and pull all these star players for a mediocre team. It's not going to work out anymore.
Well, This isn't like the mid 2000s, 2010s, where you can have at least one star player per team, and they'll carry you. That's not how it's gonna work no more, unfortunately. But yes, moving on, Mr. Klay Thompson moving closer to returning to action. What do you think about that?
Oh, it's been a long time. 2 years now, almost.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, I mean, I really want to see him back. I mean, I'm not a huge Golden State fan, so he's not really going to be missed for me. He will be greatly appreciated, I think, by everyone up north in Northern California.
Am I on mute? Oh no, I'm not on mute. Wonderful. But yeah, the past 2 seasons he's just been plagued with injuries, and I believe what do I have here? Yeah, the Warriors general manager Bob Myers stated saying he pointed out that maybe January would be a potential return date. So hopefully he's back onto the court. The last time I saw him, he was taking a free throw and he was doing it on one leg. That's my last recollection of Klay Thompson. Is that the last time we saw him playing, or am I wrong?
That sounds like the last time.
Yeah, and then the Warrior or NBC was it NBCS Warriors posted a video of him having his own little 3-point contest. Like, you know, he was just doing a shoot around, and yeah, he looks good. But yeah, I guess he's gonna need a little bit of like that rehabilitation time to bring back the Splash Brothers. And the last thing,
Kawhi Leonard, with the off-season knee surgery, does not have a timetable to return back to the Clippers.
What do you think? Well, I don't know. I'm still a little bit confused. I don't know what to tell you. I'm still a little bit confused on like why he even left out in the first place. Like, I mean, yeah, he got hurt. He got hurt like at the worst and most like inconvenient time of all time. Like, I don't know. I mean, he says he's here to be a Clipper. He's not going to no other team. But let's just see what happens with him, right?
Yeah, the Clippers lose their shining star, and we'll see if he's able to recover for, if not the end of the regular season, to give the Clippers some playoff hope. Yeah, but
you still got Paul.
Yeah, Paul.
Pandemic P.
Yeah, Paul George. We'll see if he's able to not only carry but play consistently.
Mm-hmm.
He's very on and off.
Yeah. And let me see. Is that everything that we have on the warm up?
Yes.
All right, for sure. And now we're in the rundown, which we're gonna try a new format. We're gonna go rapid fire. Is that cool, Danny?
Yes.
All right, cool. We got some UFC fights going around. We got Thiago Santos versus Johnny Walker. That should be a good fight in the lightweight division. They were both talked to be in the title race at some point. So let's see where this goes for both of them after this fight. We got Kevin Holland versus Kyle Duncas. It's an important fight for both these guys also. Because they both lost their previous fights. Holland lost his last 2. Duncas lost his last fight. So who's going to pick up the momentum now from those losses? And the last other UFC fight I'd like to point out coming up is Alex Oliveira versus Nico Price. Should be an excellent match as both have unconventional styles that should make for a good highlight reel package. So yeah, Danny, you like UFC? I know you like UFC. That's a rhetorical question.
Yes,
I thought I lost you there for a second.
Yeah. No, yes, I was not able to watch this UFC fight, but
no, these are upcoming UFC fights, sir.
Oh, these are upcoming fights? Oh.
Did you not hear anything I just said? I knew I
did not.
I knew we lost signal. I couldn't see I was reading my notes. Sorry about that, everybody. But moving on in the rundown, we have our NFL update. The Ravens pull off a miracle field goal to win at the last seconds, 19-17. Justin Tucker, dude, Danny, I wish we had more time in our program to show you this video. He kicked the ball from like 60 yards out. It hit the middle bar of the field goal post and it bounced in across the bar.
Lucky shot.
That was a lucky shot. That was the game winner for you. Aaron Rodgers came back against the 49ers. The Packers had 32 seconds on the clock and with just like 2-3 passes, Aaron Rodgers moved the Packers down the field, kicked the field goal. That was it. 30-28. Aaron Rodgers and the Packers don't look that bad no more. The next other game I'd like to point out, the Chargers, in quotations, upset the Chiefs 30-24. I would say Patrick Mahomes tried to mimic Aaron Rodgers, and he had more time, by the way, but he just couldn't get the job done. And the Chargers defense held their own, and they were able to get some incomplete passes for the end and hold on to the win. And the last game from this past weekend, I'd like to point out, the Browns beat the Bears. Good on Baker Mayfield and the Browns on, getting some wins. Unfortunately, the Chicago Bears have just gotten this weird downward spiral where they have this rookie quarterback who doesn't know anything, and he just kind of threw him in there. I believe the head coach, Matt Nagy, he needs to go indefinitely. You have your rookie quarterback who doesn't look good at all, doesn't know what he's doing. The team doesn't know what he's doing. I know when you're a crappy team, you get drafted to crappy teams, but dude, it was ridiculous. Final score of that game, 26-6. Come on, man. Why are you going to do that? The Bears need to fix their shit, honestly. And just to point out, 2 games for week 4. The Chiefs and the Eagles. Chiefs are at the Eagles. This is going to be a good game because Chiefs want to bounce back from their close loss. The Eagles just got trounced by the Cowboys. Or I should just say they played a good game against the Cowboys. A decent game. But yeah, the next other game I'd like to point out, Monday Night Football, Raiders at Chargers. If you are a Raiders fan, make sure you wear black as the Las Vegas Raiders travel down to Los Angeles at new SoFi Stadium. And some other more soccer news, the U.S. men's national team will be returning to World Cup Qualifiers. So their national team got called up. Unfortunately, there is no Pulisic, there is no Gio Reyna, but Weston McKennie will be returning to the national team. Their next games will be October 7th against Jamaica, October 10th against Panama, and October 13th against Costa Rica. And just really quick, in some Super Bowl news, also, the halftime show will feature Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Eminem, Mary J. Blige, and Danny, your favorite, Mr. Kendrick Lamar. What do you think about that?
The return of the boy, Kendrick Lamar, the prodigal son.
Kung Fu Kenny?
Kung Fu Kenny.
There you go.
And Kid Mad City.
Snoop Double G, and the other guy, your favorite. I know he's your favorite since high school, Mr.
Boy, Eminem.
Eminem, there you go. Yeah. Hey, Mary J. Blige is in there too. That's a good pickup.
Yeah, it's going to be a wild halftime show.
It is. It's going to be a good one because we both like hip hop. But
so you got a final headline, Robert?
We got one more, and it's just a quick announcement / cleanup for the MLB. The Cardinals clinched their way into the playoffs officially. There are now 4 spots left. The Giants just won 104 games, and the Padres cannot catch a break because as of this recording, they were playing the Dodgers this past week. They were up 9-5, and the Dodgers hit 5 home runs to catch up. They hit 4 home runs in the 8th inning. That is ridiculous. And the Dodgers won that game 11-9.
Congratulations, Dodgers.
The Padres
Padres.
The Padres were this very, very close to going to the playoffs, and they screwed it up, and now it's just going downhill for them. I say that as a cleanup because this past week we also had our second edition of the Podium Show where we analyzed the MLB playoffs and announced who we think is going to win the World Series. We had a lot of good guys on the show. We had Matt, Jonathan, Jeremy, and also Daniel Tom made a reappearance. I gave my thoughts. They gave their thoughts. Go check it out. It's on everything. YouTube, Spotify, Apple, Google, Stitcher, wherever it's at. But yeah,
on that note,
I know we went kind of quick. We gotta go now, everybody. But thank you for listening to Rambling Runoff, our sports podcast. If you want to find us on Twitter, you can find us at Off Rambling. If you want to find us on Instagram, you can find us at Rambling Runoff. Look us up on Spotify to hear our show. If you're on YouTube, make sure you press that subscribe button and like the video. Comment, think what you think of the show, and how did our boxing segment go today? Should we keep it? Should we toss it? Who knows? But thank you everybody for
please leave a review on Apple Podcasts if possible. Thank you guys for listening. I'm Dan Tan.
I'm Robert Rios. See you next time. Bye.
Peace.